Hello, welcome to Conway Video. I would like to do a video about a topic that is near and dear to my heart and that I'm sure many of us have had experiences both pleasant and painful in, and that is demo day, right? That big, fabulous, exciting day that we all kind of think about and remember. Maybe in a good way, maybe sometimes also some scary memories or some negative memories, but this is a very kind of it's a little bit of a cathartic thing for me to make this video, but yeah, this is a subject, a big topic actually. But I think it doesn't get enough attention. A lot of like the programming videos online, developer videos, all that sort of thing. They're so focused on code. They're so focused on like on code and tools and frameworks, and they don't. No one ever talks about the demo, and the demo is actually quite important. I think the demo matters. I think the demo is something we should think about. So the demo, obviously, what do I mean? That's the first question. I guess what I mean is in the context of a lot of companies, you have stakeholders. You have people who want to see the work that you've done. They have an interest in your work, and they're going to be making judgments about it, and they're also going to be thinking about what to do with your work. And so a lot of that all comes together and culminates in a demo, basically showing the thing, showing what you've been working on. So you've got this nice kind of UI built, and maybe you've added a few features to it, and now it's time to demo. And we want to show the stakeholders, whoever they are, the product owners, the maybe people who are like at the C-suite, maybe it's customers, whoever it is. We want to show those people the working product, or at least a demo. We want to show them how the thing is going to work. And then I guess the goal here is really to make a good impression. We generally want to make a good impression on the people we're demoing to, right? And it's kind of like a performance, I think, like, you know, a musical performance or maybe comedic performance. You know, the comedian doesn't want to scare the audience away. They don't want the audience to feel insulted, or maybe they do, but they also want the audience to laugh. You know, basically, the comedian wants the audience to have a pleasant experience, you know, a positive experience. Same with the musician or the orchestra or the band. They want the audience to enjoy the music, so they want to leave a good impression. And I think that a lot of that comes to play in demos as well. We want the person to enjoy the experience of the demo and come away hopefully also having a good perception of the thing that we're demoing. And so, then what are the things that make up a good demo, or what are some of the ingredients that go into a good demo? I've kind of listed out a few of them. There's like about four that I've listed out that I want to talk through, and these are things that I've found helpful. So the first thing is the technical setup. The demo is probably going to be a screencast. Or it may be that you're projecting your laptop screen onto a projector or something, or onto a big screen on the wall. I guess it tends to be a screen these days. Or it might be just people are coming around your desk and looking at your computer. Whatever it is, you want to have your technical setup right. You want to have it good so that things just work. So if there's a big screen that you need to plug into, maybe you want to try plugging your laptop into that screen ahead of time. That's what I've found I want to do. I want to go and plug my laptop in, make sure everything actually works. And then if there are problems, which usually there are, I want to try and debug those problems ahead of time and fix those problems with the projection equipment or the TV or whatever. And so make sure that screen really works properly so that when we all go in for the real demo, it's going to really work. Same thing for the screen sharing software. If it's Zoom or something like that, or Google Hangouts, I want to fire up Zoom, I want to fire up Google Hangouts and really test it and make sure that the screen share actually works and it goes without a glitch and so on. The next thing is I want to have a plan of what to show. And I say plan, it sounds big and scary, but it's actually pretty simple. It's in fact, I feel like the smaller or shorter the plan, the better. And I'll talk about that more a bit later. But basically, there should be a very short, brief sort of bullet point list of what I want to show. It should be a very simple bullet point list. It's basically, okay, 1, I want to click here. 2, I want to click there. 3, I want to like type this in. 4, I want to show that I click this button. And then 5, I want to show that this message comes up. You know, something like that. It depends on what you're demoing. If you're demoing a music app, you want to maybe show like playing some music. If it's a food ordering app, you want to show them that you can order some food. So whatever it is that you're showing, basically having a very simple bullet point list of this is what I want to demo. And so it should be clear in my head well in advance of the demo what I'm actually demoing. I shouldn't be, going into the demo and just like, I kind of think I want to show you this, but actually I'm not sure. And by the way, look at this fancy thing here and that. That's just confusing for everyone. So it's better if I have a short bullet point list of things I want to talk about and just stick to those points. And then the next thing, of course, is to actually run through the demo rehearsal. So just like we rehearse a comedic performance, or we rehearse musicians rehearse a musical performance, we want to rehearse the demo. So we want to actually go into the app, hopefully get something running in a staging environment or live or whatever environment we're using. Make sure it actually works. This is actually a good way of testing the software too. The last thing we want is for the software to break during the demo, and that's happened to me before in the past. So it really does happen. You think it works and you think you've tested it, but you haven't actually tested it properly, and it fails during the demo. That's every developer's kind of nightmare. So, okay, you get the thing working, make sure it's working ahead of time. So I want to be running through those bullet point steps. And again, this is why if it's a short, simple list, then it's easier to test. So I can make it easier for myself by making the demo simple rather than complicated. So that I've got the bullet points there. I just want to run through those bullet points, go into the code and run the code and make that make that actually happen, and click around in the UI and make the thing happen. So okay, that's probably like the third thing. And then the fourth thing I want to do is protect myself from outages. Now this is a bit of an optional step, I guess, but I do tend to think that anything can happen. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong, and especially if you do have kind of an unstable environment. Maybe you have like a backend that sometimes goes down, or you have a network connection that sometimes fails. If it's possible, and I know this often isn't possible, but if it's possible, maybe you can actually set up your application so that it works offline. Maybe you can have some, I don't know, dummy data, some mock data. You can have something set up client side so that the whole thing just works, even if the network connection to the backend sort of fails or something there fails. So that can be an interesting option if you really want to make absolutely 100% sure that the demo is going to go without a hitch. Again, a lot of the time it's probably not necessary. You probably have a pretty stable setup, but if you do have a bit of a setup that can go up and down, and it might fail during demo time, then you probably do want to have it kind of set up to work offline. There is maybe like an extra thing. I didn't really include it in those 4 points, but there is a thing that you can do as well, which is maybe just prepare for questions. So just have a bit of a think about it, a bit of a brainstorm about what sort of questions people might ask after the demo, and try and be ready to answer them. But I find this usually isn't necessary, because either A, people don't ask that many questions, or B, they actually you know enough to answer their questions just off the top of your head, because if you're working with something every day, you probably know it like the back of your hand, so you probably will be okay with that, but you might want to prepare some things to say anyway. So I guess those are my 4 tips that you can use as kind of the ingredients. And then I guess there's kind of the performative aspect of actually doing the demo. And there's 2 things I find are really useful for that point where you actually do come to do the demo. One of these things is actually having a timer on your side while you do the demo. Maybe this isn't such a big deal if it's just a very informal thing, like someone's just coming over to your desk and you're demoing it to them there, you don't really need to worry. But if this is a really formal demo where there's like maybe 100 people or even more people like checking in online, and this is a screen sharing thing, and you're showing a demo as part of a much bigger program, then you probably want to make sure you don't go over time. So I tend to set a timer. In fact, I'll just open my iPhone and or whatever phone you've got, you could just open the timer app and just set a timer and just make sure that it's under a certain amount of time, and that you don't want to be spending like 10 minutes explaining something and boring people to death if you're able to do it in 2 minutes and explain it more concisely. And then the second thing is I like to say fewer words and speak slowly. I think a lot of people get this thing like demo stress or demo anxiety, and they just worry, or they feel like they're not showing enough, they feel like they haven't produced enough, they feel like it's not good enough, and somehow this inclines people to rush, to hurry. They speak very quickly, they talk about extra features that don't really matter, they talk about all kinds of things, and it's just this big stream of just verbal, just talking and clicking, and they're all over the place. I find that that actually doesn't make a good impression. You might think it does because you think that you're showing, oh, look at all this effort I put in, look at all this stuff that I'm doing. But the problem is that you're probably overwhelming the person who's viewing your demo. So, you have this idea in your head that they're going to think you're not working hard enough. But actually, the opposite is probably going to be the case. They're probably going to think, oh, they're working hard enough, but they're showing me too much. Like, I can't, steady on there. This is too much information, basically. I can't absorb it all. And then it's not a pleasant thing for them to feel. So you want them to enjoy the process, right? You want them to enjoy the demo. And so I think if the demo is generally going to be more enjoyable for the audience if you speak slowly and clearly. So if I need to, I don't know, demo the login, then I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to login page and there's a sign up button. There's also a forgotten password button. And if I click the forgotten password button, that sends me an email. But right now I'm just going to show you logging in. And by the way, the text box is this particular height because we thought that would be a good height and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't do that. What I do is, okay, here's the login screen. Type in my email. Type in my password. I click the login button, wait, and now I'm logged in. That's how you want to talk. You want to talk slowly, calmly, limit the number of words you say, have a strong voice as well. You want to have a strong, energetic voice so that they can hear what you're saying, so they can hear what you're demoing. And you want to speak confidently as well. You want to be confident. Why should we be worried and stressed during our demos? We should be confident. We should be happy. I do think that feeling confident and happy about and proud about your work is contagious. If you feel that way about your work, other people will feel it too. If you feel stressed and ashamed and you feel like your work isn't good and you didn't work hard enough, that feeling can also carry, and other people also get the feeling, oh, this person that they're worried or they're ashamed. There must be something that they're ashamed about. So other people get that feeling too. So no, you want to speak calmly, smoothly, proudly. You want to speak with energy, speak from your throat. You want to breathe. Really, it's basically, I think, like public speaking. This should be thought of as a public speaking event. This isn't, oh, I desperately need to show as many things as I can to try and make it look as if I'm doing my job properly, even though everyone knows I'm lousy at my job. No, that's the wrong attitude. The right attitude is, this is a professional public speaking event, a mini event, and I want to speak slowly, confidently, articulately. I've got something to show that I think is good. I think it has value. I want to convey my feeling to the audience, and I want the audience to come away from this demo feeling happy, positive, feeling like, gee, this person did some good work. I'm proud to have this person on my team. I'm proud to have this employee. I'm proud to have engaged this company as a consultancy, whatever it is. So anyway, that's my thoughts on demo day. I might do another video on this, but anyway, this is my basic video anyway about demoing and how to handle it. Thanks for watching.